The last almost 400 days, I've been running two main crypto trading bots on Pionex. So I just want to show you exactly how much each of the bots has made, a grid trading bot and a Martingale bot, and if they're worth it. So I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Let's just jump right into it. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. Otherwise, let's just take a look real quick. All right, so here's my screen. Here's my Pionex dashboard. Here are the two bots that we're looking at. You could see that they've been up for 397 days. Both of them, both have roughly the same amount. I have added a little bit of money to each of them over the course of the year, but they're roughly always been around $2,000. So you could see here, I don't know why this is highlighted in red now. It's kind of a glitch, but the Martingale bot, which basically will buy a little bit of Bitcoin, and then if it goes up, it'll sell it. But if it goes down, it'll keep buying, it'll keep buying, it'll keep buying, and then it won't sell until it comes back up to whatever the threshold is. Whereas the grid bot has like a set of grids, and it'll sell when it goes up one grid, and then buy when it goes down a grid, and then if it moves back up a grid, it'll sell and whatever. So they both use different methods of automatic trading. But as you can see here, the Martingale bot gained 51%, almost 52% over the last 400 days. And the grid bot, it's not 9. You got to come over here and look at the total arbitrage, because I've actually taken some of the arbitrage profit out and put it into the Martingale bot. Because the Martingale bot does reinvest your profit once you sell. So that's nice, but the grid bot doesn't. So I just take the profit from the grid bot and dump it into the Martingale, which is why there's a little bit more here. And obviously you could see I've messed with other bots, so I just kind of move it around. But overall, it's made $608 off of the 2,000. I think this is what it's up right now also in terms of the price of Bitcoin going up. So maybe $800 total off of 2,000, whereas this has made 1,154. So in the long run, the Martingale bot has done better. I will say that in the short term, the grid bot was always kind of higher, maybe until I'd have to go back and look at old videos. I'm not sure when it might have shifted, but in the long term, this Martingale bot is way better. Now, this is also assuming that Bitcoin, is going to keep going up like this. It does adjust the Martingale system, like you could see here. So right now, the current price is 103. It'll sell when it gets to 103.845. It'll keep buying all the way down and down and down until it gets to 95. But somewhere in here, like at 98 or 99, it'll put another sell order here if it drops below. So it doesn't have to get all the way back to 103 every single time. It'll adjust this. But you could still get yourself into trouble sometimes. Like, I think I had an Ethereum one where Ethereum it never, like, it's got to get back up to 3,800 in order to sell, even though it bought all the way down from the top here. So it's still going to have to get back up. If it never comes back up, then it's never going to sell and make you a profit. So my suggestion is, if you're going to run these bots, is the Martingale one is a nice lower risk, hands-off approach, and tends to bring in the best returns over the last 400 days in my experience. However, and this isn't always going to be the case, but 2024 was kind of a roller coaster for crypto starting at the beginning of the year. If I would have just put this $2,000 into Bitcoin at the beginning of the year, it would have been up over 100%. Like we could see here, Bitcoin was at around 41,000 at this point in January 2024, and right now it's at 102 or 103. So you would have made a lot more money had you just bought Bitcoin and held it. but you know, it wouldn't have done anything throughout all this period, and it just would have kind of been stagnant, and you would have been holding, and then it would have finally shot up towards the end of the year, which is great, as long as you're planning on holding it long term. And I do have other Bitcoin that I hold long term that I don't mess around with, but the point of this video is just to kind of show you that these bots do work. You can make some money. I mean, a 52% return over 400 days is incredible when, you know, the average rate of return on the S&P 500 is like 10% year over year across many years, right? In the long run, you're going to have ups and downs, but 50% here is great. I'm going to let the Martingale one keep going to see how it does. The grid one, I have adjusted the price range and the amount of grids to try and get it to sell a little more during some of these bigger swings so that I could take the profit from these and dump them into these as more of like a long-term thing. But this is great for if you're looking for an alternative to a savings account or to get into Bitcoin with a little bit of money and not have as much inherent risk as you would before. By just buying Bitcoin. So they're definitely interesting. Again, if you would have just held Bitcoin from the beginning of the year, I would have made, you know, probably 80% more than this. But the experiment is cool and I enjoy the bots, and I think it's not bad, especially for a hands-off approach where I don't have to do anything, I don't have to trade, I don't have to touch it. And honestly, most of the money I have in here sits in USD and then trades in and out for crypto. So if the crypto market were to completely tank, I'm not going to lose all of the money that I have in here. But I do believe in Bitcoin and I think it's going to do fine. So I'm not too concerned. But yeah, that's what I got for 400 days running these Pionex crypto trading bots. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert on any of this. I just kind of want to show what I'm doing and how things are working out for me. If anybody has any other tips on running these bots or things you've been successful with, please feel free to let me know. And I will try to keep this series going. I know I got way behind over the holidays and with the kids being home and everything. So yeah, I'll try to keep up with the videos. But yeah, anyway, you can go to pionex.us and sign up for these crypto trading bots if you want. It's super easy. It's fine to do in the US. I'll leave a referral link in the description. You can click it if you want. I think I end up getting like a small percentage of each trade that you make, but it's like ridiculously small. I think I have 22 people signed up under me right now, and I think I've made $40. So I'm not getting rich off any of this. You could just go straight to pionex.us if you want. You don't have to use the link. But yeah, hopefully it's easy enough for you to set up. And if you have any questions, let me know.